guys and gals, Never here from Drake Wing Gaming, and something on Twitter, the Gaming Dragon. Today I'm coming back at you with a Let's Play episode of Roads Yet Traveled, Merrick's Path. So let's go ahead and jump right back into it, shall we? Alarm chain, you were up, and let's go. Yeah, I couldn't use it for a day. Huh. It felt weird the whole time. One of the doctors called it phantom pain. It was there even if I took my arm off. It must have been a neural problem, not an arm problem. But, I wouldn't know how to fix something like that. Anyways, I just fixed things around it, yeah, or small parts of it like the lights or the wiring. It still sounds incredibly impressive. Oh, speaking of, hey, Rhoun? Sorry, I got another question. Yeah? I think Mara said you were trained to do repairs on the exterior of the station. Is that true? He almost trips over himself as I ask, taking a second to look back at me with a confused expression. He said that? I didn't know that he knew that... Oh, I'm sorry. Was that something I shouldn't have heard? No, it's just... I didn't tell Merwin that. At least I don't think I did. Oh, maybe he read it on your file. You do have a file, right? He must have. Do you not like people knowing that you were trained for that? Huh? Oh, no, it's just that I was surprised is all. I am one of the only mechanics to be trained to do it. Mind you, most of the time engineers go outside to fix any issues. I'm usually called just to replace paneling or if a light goes out. I'm sure it's far more interesting than that. Huh, okay, maybe it is a bit more interesting, but really, I don't get to do a lot of the complicated repairs. I mainly just help out, but I have been called to do it in the past, yeah. Is anyone else on your team trained for that kind of work, or is it just you? Oh, it's just me. Are you sure? Well, I've been trying to train my assistants, but since we don't get called out very often, we don't get access to the suits. It's a bit hard to train someone how to work on the exterior of a space station without a spacesuit. Huh, okay, that's fair. And wait, your assistants? I'm sorry, did you tell me their names before? Oh, just in passing, it's Kess and Milo. They should be around here working today. Oh, will I get to meet them? I'm not so sure, Rias. I don't think we're allowed to really introduce you to more people right now. In fact, I'm not even sure why you're with me today. Not that I don't want you here, just... I wasn't expecting to have to show you around. I thought you were going to be with Dr. Seno. I got the message while I was halfway through finishing some schedules and I had to run to get you. Couldn't he have scheduled me in sooner? No, I don't think so. He had to go and do something for Tyr today. Actually, he had to do something for Tyr yesterday, too. It sounded kind of urgent, not that I'd really know, and he can't be in two places at once. Oh, really? I didn't know that. Well, I do know that Chief Seno has been busy, so I imagine it's important. He gives me a worried look before trying to change the subject. But it's okay that you're here. I knew I was going to have to take care of, host you in the future. So it's good to get some practice now. Although, today might be a bit hectic if that's alright. There's a lot to repair and we only have so many paws to do it. I have a feeling every day is hectic for Rhoun. He doesn't seem like the type of person who ever stops. Well, you have 2 more paws to help you today if you need them, I say, holding up my hands. He gives me a confused expression before smiling. Oh, you don't have to do anything, Rias. You can just stay in my office if you want to. No. I don't care how polite he's being with that offer. If I find myself stuck in one room again all day, I will lose it. I'd rather not stay in the same place all day if that's okay. And hey, I can help carry things, remember? You did say that would be helpful, didn't you? His shocked expression tells me all I need to know. Oh, well, I was just kidding then. You don't have to do that, bud. No, really, I want to. It'd be nice to get out and see more of the station. Oh, well... Yeah? Well, most of the repairs are in the maintenance areas, so it will just be a lot of tunnels like this, if that's something you'd want to see. Oh, of course. Well, still, it's better than another office, no matter how cool it may be. Yeah, that sounds great, Rhoun. I'd appreciate it if you could show me around. I'd be happy to, Rias. There's still plenty to see, even down here. Yeah? Like what? I don't think he was actually ready to give me an example. That, or he noticed something else he needs to fix. His pace becomes glacial as he gets lost in thought. It's as though I can see the gears in his head turning. The lights on his arm softly glow against the cool background. I'm glad I'm not particularly claustrophobic, otherwise this day might be a bit more stressful than it already is. I wonder what Doc is doing right now. I'm upset he had to run off like that, but I hope Tyr isn't giving him a hard time. I can't worry about that. Not now, at least. Maybe I should... Oh, I know! I could show you the old thrusters! The what? Did he finally think of something interesting he could show me? You could show me what? The thrusters. Or what's left of them. The station didn't just get here by itself. They had massive rockets that propelled it here. But since the station doesn't really move anymore, they took them off. Now it just makes smaller adjustments by itself. Oh, so the station was more of a ship at one point. Yeah, that's one way of putting it. But it's a really fascinating part of the ship. Lots of unused mechanical parts and interlocking systems. It's all very interesting. He's positively beaming right now. I guess that's him in his element after all. But it doesn't sound like the most interesting thing to visit. Isn't the guy who sneaks into the pools when he isn't supposed to? And he wants to show me an empty room with broken machinery? Actually, that sounds about right for him. Maybe I can persuade him to find something more interesting later. But hey, it's something. 1 second, y'all. Coffee time. Alright, guys and gals, we are back. Let's jump back into it, shall we? Alright. That sounds great, Rhoun. If we have the time, I'd love to see it. He quickly smiles and nods when we start moving again. The cold is really getting to me now. Seeing that he's not even wearing a long-sleeve shirt, I can't imagine that it's a mutual feeling. I'll have to see if he has something in his office. Speaking of, actually, I wonder how he got his own office. I don't doubt his technical prowess, but he does seem to hold an impressive position for someone of his, disposition. I mean, even Tyr complimented his skills. Hey, Rhoun? Yeah? Can I ask you how you got your position? What do you mean, bud? Like, as the director of maintenance? Well, I originally worked on the EAO until a position opened up, which I applied for right away. It was my first time in space, so that was nice. From there, I kept working until a position here was available, and, well, once the director position was open, I was voted into it. I was also one of the only high-ranking crewmates, available. I don't want to say I fell into it, but it was very sudden. It's still great, bud, even though I know it came with a lot of scheduling for you. Huh, yeah. Sometimes I miss just fixing things, but I'm grateful for the position. No, it sounds nice. Well, thanks for telling me. No problem. Oh, this way, please. Following down a seemingly identical corridor, I notice another one of those signs on the wall. I guess he wasn't kidding. They're everywhere. If you can spot them behind all the wires. Coming to a tangle, he stops for a second to check the floor, something, and quickly takes some notes on his monitor. I can see now why he must always be so late to everything. He's doing the same thing he did when we were trying to get back to the library. I'd remind him we have a meeting to go to, but I think he's stressed out enough as is. That being said, I have noticed his tail has been decently active this morning. I wonder if he really enjoys his work that much. I want to ask him about how he got into doing repair work, but I hold my tongue now that we're approaching a large door. Rhoun doesn't stop for a second, leaning over a monitor to input some commands. Standing around, I note the lights on the door seem to be corresponding to what he's doing. I'd ask him exactly what it is, but if he wasn't so caught up in it. After a bit more typing, I jump as the door starts to slide open, mist billowing in through its gaping maw. There's a welcome warmth as it condenses around my ankles. Rhoun looks up and hurries through, only stopping to turn around and beckon me onward. Wonder how many security measures and bulwarks he has to go through daily just to get to his office. I know he said he normally takes the elevator, but this seems a bit ridiculous. Walking through the dense air, I can see where it's coming from. The machines dripping wet, water rolling down their metallic bodies. While the humidity is a bit much, at least they keep me warm. We must be close now as Rhoun has started walking off again. Catching up to him, I see that he is reading something on his monitor and muttering under his breath. All these damn cables on the ground, I'm worried that he's gonna trip. Maybe I can take his mind off of whatever it is he's reading. You okay, Rhoun? You look kinda distracted. He stops and I have to walk back a pace to stand next to him. I guess he was really out of it. What? Oh, sorry, Rias, what was that? Are you okay? We've been walking for a while now and you haven't said anything. Right. I'm fine, sorry. I was just trying to finish everyone's schedules for today. Kes just messaged me and told me that everyone is there already waiting for me. Which is good, of course. But it does mean that I need to finish these before we get there, and, well, we're almost there. Oh, do you want to stop and finish them then? I can wait. No, it's okay. We should just go on ahead. I'd rather just assign what I have for the day and not keep them waiting. Right, of course. He nods and takes one last look at me before heading back down the hallway. He wasn't wrong about how far we were as we approached one presumably final door. Finding the right keycard much faster this time, he swipes us into, another hallway. Walking down a bit, I can start to hear noises. and not the thrumming of pipes that I've become so accustomed to. It sounds like voices, and a decent amount of them at that. He opens one final door, and then... We arrive at a fairly large central room where we seem to be on the top floor. Quickly looking down, I can see a crowd of a few Karain just mingling and waiting. Some heard us come in and looking up and pointing. A paw lands on my back and gently guides me into a dark room until I hear a light switch behind me. Oh, yeah. This is exactly what I imagined his office would look like. How does he manage to get any work done in here? Does he even work here? Or is this just where he keeps his stuff? After seeing what Doc's office looked like, I can't help but feel a little bad. But maybe he doesn't need as much room. Wow, Rhoun? Wow, Rhoun, is this whole room yours? I try my best to sound genuinely amazed. Yeah, I get to work on whatever personal work I want in here, when I have the time. But it's great because I'm allowed to keep whatever broken parts I repair and see if I can do anything interesting with them. Oh, they just let you keep anything you replace? Well, no one's told me otherwise. What? Well, I won't tell anyone. Now, do you mind staying here for a bit, Rias? I have to go and hand out the morning assignments. Will you come back for me? Of course. I'm just not sure it's the best idea for you to walk down in front of all of them. I mean, I can't really remember if you're supposed to do that. I know Doc said something about it. I don't think it was stated that I shouldn't be seen by anyone, just large crowds. And Rhoun said his crew was what? 13, maybe 14 people? And then again, there's no way to know how they'll react. But if I'm ever going to get used to seeing them and get them used to seeing me, I have to start somewhere. Hey, Rhoun? I really need to hurry, Rias. What is it? I was just wondering, can I come with you? To hand out the assignments? You want to what? I want to go down there and meet everyone. He stops rearranging things on his desk and looks back at me, with a jaw completely agape. Are you sure? I mean, well, I just think it would be good to maybe meet some other Karain. Merwin had the idea to slowly show me off to more people, and this seemed like a good time to do that. Oh no, I've completely overwhelmed him. I think he's shut off or he's trying to find a good way to tell me no. There you go, water time. Either way, it does not seem like he expected me to ask that at all. I'm not so sure I can do that. Didn't the captain say to keep you out of sight? I don't know. I can't read the instructions she gave us. You tell me. I got him. He must be really busy if he didn't read the captain's message. I don't feel good taking advantage of him like this, but I see no real harm in meeting his crew. Or at least seeing what they look like. All I've seen so far are scientists and doctors, most of whom look ready to dissect me more than anything. If you're really nervous, we don't have to. But I would like to. Some intangible thoughts dart behind his head his eyes as he looks around for an excuse, one that I know he cannot find, for it is in the pages of a document he has yet to read. I guess? Yeah, if it's okay with you. You said your crew is fairly small, so I thought it might be easier. I haven't asked Dr. Merwin about what you said, but if that's what he thinks and you're okay with it, then that's fine. But we have to go now. I'm late enough as is. Right. I appreciate it. I nod and he quickly gathers himself. Being able to take in the room again, I can see just how massive it is. It must be at least five stories tall and just filled with extra parts and cabling. I'm sure they use the service elevator to get everywhere. But what about all these moving parts? Alright, I'm going to pause it right there. Thank y'all so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, ring that notification bell, and check out our Patreon if you can. It always helps. Before I go, I'm going to give a quick shout out to our lovely bronze tier patrons. Thank y'all for all you do for the channel. We greatly appreciate your support. Thank you to our silver tier patron, Cade Silverman. Thank you for going a bit above and beyond. It's greatly appreciated. Thank you to our gold tier patron, Tresem Guy. You're awesome. We love you. Thank you for subbing to our ultimate tier. Anyway, if y'all want to get your names in the credits, get access to all of our not safe for work contents as little as $5. Alrighty, I love you all. See y'all in the next video. Bye-bye!